In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use EFT tapping for weight loss without deprivation or restrictive dieting. And in a moment, I'm going to share my favorite hack to expedite your weight loss results with EFT. If you're excited about this, hit the like button and subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified every time I release a new video. And don't forget to answer the question in the comment section below. I'm Kristen and I spent over 30 years trying everything to lose weight and only managed to gain more weight. And it wasn't until I stumbled upon EFT tapping that I finally had food freedom and lost 45 pounds. This was all done with no deprivation or crazy exercise. And I know you can learn this tool too. You'll want to stay until the end where I can share how you can access my free training on the 10 subconscious weight loss blocks that will continue to sabotage your weight loss efforts until you finally remove them. If you've been dieting for any length of time, 2, 5, 10, or 30 years like me, you are all too familiar with how diets work. It doesn't matter how amazing we think the diet is that we found, and we think this diet is going to be the one that finally gets us results. We have all experienced the feeling of as soon as we're on the diet, we suddenly want everything we can't have. Everything we are depriving ourselves suddenly is all we can think about. This is because our subconscious is running the show behind the scenes. If we ever felt like we didn't have a voice or control when you were younger, our little rebel is now putting her foot down because she can finally do this for the first time. She finally has control. Or maybe you had a bad experience when you were at a lower weight and your subconscious is like, hey, I'm not letting that happen again, and sabotages all your efforts to use this new amazing diet you found. The first thing we need to do for our subconscious is to let it know it's safe, that there will no longer be any deprivation in the future. By allowing yourself to eat all foods with nothing being off limits, the subconscious will begin to align with your weight loss goals. We do this by tapping on, you now have a voice and are being heard. You being smarter and making better choices because of all your life experiences. Nothing bad will happen when you lose weight. The fact that it's safe to lose weight. It takes careful examination of underlying thoughts that our subconscious has about not wanting to lose weight and tapping them away. I had a client who thought if she weighed less, she would be more easily kidnapped. If she stayed heavier, it'd be harder for the kidnapper to pick her up. Just hearing that sounds a little out there, but it was a real weight loss block for her. We would call that an irrational fear, especially since she had never been kidnapped. It was just something her subconscious made up to help protect her. I challenge you to begin tapping on why it's not okay or not safe to lose weight. As you tap, pay attention to what thoughts come up, both the rational and irrational thoughts. We need all of that information to tap even more deeply since your subconscious thinks all of its thoughts are rational and will continue sabotaging your weight loss efforts. When we use EFT tapping for weight loss, it is very important not to deprive yourself of food and not go on it. It is even more important to find all the reasons why you love the foods you do, to discover all your thoughts about your ability to lose weight and judgments around good foods and bad foods, and even skinny people. If no foods are off limits, will you go to the market and buy a bunch of junk food you've been depriving yourself of for years? Most likely, but that's okay. It's temporary because as we tap and reprogram our subconscious to know there is no more deprivation, the urge to get all these so-called favorite foods gradually subsides. The subconscious needs to know it's safe and will be fed. And the only way to get to this place is to not label foods as good or bad and allow yourself to eat what you desire. And the great thing is, as we do this work, you'll naturally begin to gravitate towards foods that are better choices and providing you the nutrients you need. Along with no longer depriving ourselves of certain foods or food groups, we also do not want to diet during this process. Deprivation and dieting are synonymous in our brains and our subconscious at this point. Now, that's not to say that after you work through all of your blocks and have a healthy relationship with food, that you can't explore which foods make you feel better. You may learn that even though you don't have a gluten allergy, you feel better when you don't eat gluten and you begin to eliminate it. However, if I said we are going to start this tapping journey and the only thing you needed to do in addition to tapping was give up gluten, you'd likely yearn for all things gluten, even if you never yearned for gluten before. And then you find yourself back to sabotaging your weight loss efforts. But if you go through the tapping process and eliminate your cravings, nighttime binging, emotional overeating, limiting beliefs about losing weight, and your subconscious weight loss blocks, and food just becomes fuel for you, not something you yearn for, you'll find that after food becomes just fuel, that when you give yourself a rule of no gluten, it won't seem like such a big deal. It's just something you do, like hanging up a wet towel. Just makes sense. Our subconscious is so sneaky and sabotages our weight loss efforts to the point where we blame ourselves and give up. But with EFT tapping, we now have the tools to outsmart it and finally have it support our goals. Now, for my favorite hack, if you've been tapping and want to expedite reaching your subconscious thinking and get it on board quicker to your weight loss goals, then you'll want to use this hack. Ask your subconscious a question that really gets it to find reasons to help you. At the conclusion of a tapping session or before going to bed, while tapping on your collarbone point, you're going to ask 2 questions. First, wouldn't it be nice if weight loss was easy and effortless? And then the second question, why is it so easy for me to lose weight? You're going to ask both questions with feeling and enthusiasm. And here's the most important part. Listen to what your subconscious comes up with. These answers give you insights into your roadmap for your weight loss success. Just know, if you haven't found success with weight loss, with deprivation or diets, there is hope. You do not need to keep trying that route any longer. The lack of success has nothing to do with your willpower and everything to do with your subconscious programming. If you're ready to figure out what's behind all your cravings and overeating and sabotage, sign up for my free training on the 10 subconscious weight loss blocks. These weight loss blocks will continue sabotaging your weight loss efforts until you remove each one by tapping. To get access, go to my website at tapandtrimwithkristen.com. And if you know you'd benefit from more personal support to pinpoint your specific craving issues, limiting beliefs, and sabotaging patterns and weight loss blocks, and having the support and exact formula to get after your weight loss goals so you can use tapping to achieve them more quickly, go to my same website, tapandtrimwithkristen.com, and click the Apply to Work With Me button and follow the steps. Check out my next video where I have another EFT tapping for weight loss script where we rewire your subconscious to believe it is possible to lose weight easily. Click here to watch. You can also find the link to this video and links to my other resources below as well. Don't forget to answer my question in the comment section below, as well as like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.